Honorable Men Discord. Two brothers gone after trying to defend their sister from an abusive relationship. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So, unfortunately, this story takes place in Liberty City, Florida. Two brothers were responding to the aid of their sister who called them when she was being basically being beaten by a ex-boyfriend or current boyfriend. And upon their arrival, a disagreement ensued. The gentleman you see beside me apparently left the building, went to his car, came back, and knocked on the door. And then they were unfortunately shot by the gentleman. But I'm going to let the news report speak for itself. This is a courtesy of NBC South Florida. And we'll talk about it further. I have two other things queued up, but we'll talk about it further. Let's get into it.
Shooting in Liberty City. It happened over the weekend. Police say 31-year-old Antoine Carter killed his girlfriend's two brothers after a fight. One brother died at the scene. The other died at the hospital. Carter is being charged with first-degree murder. A deadly double shooting in Liberty City. It happened over the weekend. Police say 31-year-old Antoine Carter killed his girlfriend's two brothers after a fight. One brother...
All right, that played over. Let me get into this next thing. This is from Pac-Man 558.
This right here is crazy as fuck. Shawty got both her brothers unalive by her boyfriend, all because they had the altercation, or maybe he was jumping on her, whatever, allegedly, whatever. Called them over there, smoked both of them ass. Yeah. These are the consequences, ladies, of your action when you call your brothers them over there. Check out the story, though.
Murder after two brothers were found gunned down in a home. Our crime specialist, Bridget Matters, live in Miami with the arrest. Maine, Bridget.
Louis, really tragic. According to police, there was some sort of altercation between those two brothers and the suspect. It all happened here at this apartment building on the second floor. Those two men are dead and an arrest has been made. Miami police investigating a double homicide in the Liberty City neighborhood. Two brothers, Jaheim and Gianni Pierre, were shot and killed May 2nd at this apartment building off Northwest 17th Avenue. Audio from dispatch says a caller reported 6 shots fired and a woman reporting her brother was shot.
Miami, I made contact with a female that her brother shot on the second floor.
An arrest form says while detectives were investigating, a man approached and said, quote, "I'm the one. I have the firearm." Police arrested 31-year-old Antoine Carter, who they say had a gun in his pocket. The report says CCTV footage shows Carter yelling and banging on an apartment door. When it opens, quote, Carter then charged into the apartment as he reached into his front right pocket. Immediately after, several gunshots were heard. A woman then ran out bloodied. That woman told police Carter was her boyfriend who shot her brothers.
Man, Shawty got both her motherfucking brothers smoked, man. Man, that's crazy. Y'all better be careful, man. You can't be running up on everybody.
Listen, I have one last thing to play. I had to go back to this one because I noticed in the comment section, Cortez was right. Puts what? No Ashley Gonzalez comment yet? Now, Cortez was right. Is trying to be funny because what he's trying to say is that he's basically trying to justify Ashley Gonzalez, which is the police officer from Houston that was fired because of her derogatory comments she made while she shot her own video while sitting down in the car. She had said some very derogatory racial things about black people. Right? So what he's trying to say is, oh, look at this. Look at how those black people act with one another. I don't hear anyone talking about Ashley Gonzalez. So he's trying to say like, oh, we can't blame Ashley Gonzalez for the things that she said in her video. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Ashley Gonzalez and the things that she said, Just go through my catalog and you'll see that video about Ashley Gonzalez. It has 2 photos of her, one of herself in plain clothes and one of her when she was in a police uniform. But to speak to this guy, Cortez was right. This what I'm about to say is for you, Cortez. First of all, we've never said that we don't have issues within the black community. But what we're not going to allow is for just any and everyone to feel as though they could speak down on us, speak about us, degrade us. We've dealt with more than enough within the history of our existence on this planet, particularly here in the United States and other places. All right? We're not about to let anyone just talk crazy about us. All right? We're well aware of the fact that we have internal issues that we still haven't figured out how to deal with. That's a fact. No one's here to deny that. But we're not going to have everybody just thinking that we're the butt of all jokes. All right? As if other races don't have issues within their own groups. All right? All human beings, no matter where you come from, what walk of life you come from, no matter what your race is, ethnic background, all human beings are flawed and have their own issues. Some issues for some races are put out in the forefront more than others. Unfortunately, as a black person, I know that all too well. We seem to be the worst of the worst when it comes to the world. You could disagree with me, take it to the comment section, that's fine. But you're not gonna convince me that there's another race on this planet that isn't viewed as though we're good for nothing. Yet we have a gumbo of those that are of melanated skin that have been inventors, entertainers, actors, as well as we have those that are doing things that are less favorable. We have a combination of it all, as do all races. But for some reason, when situations like this happens, it seems certain people like Cortez over here needs to make that, whoa, no Ashley Gonzalez comment yet, right? Trying to introduce sarcasm into a serious matter where 2 brothers lost their lives just trying to do what they felt was right to defend their sister. There's no need for a comment like that. There's no need for a comment like that. Let me just play this last video and I'm going to talk about it further.
That many people don't understand. You think it's your relationship. Oh, it's just me and the other person. No, when you get in a relationship with a person, the entire family gets sucked into that foolishness. The entire family. Look, these 2 brothers lost their life trying to save their sister from this guy, and he went and executed both of them. They probably, the report said that they've been had concerns about DV from him, and they were trying to save their sister, and he came and executed the both of them. I'm pretty sure this wasn't the first time he put his hands on their sister. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the first time. It wasn't the first time. Because in this culture, this day and age, people think that DV is something to play with. Oh, that's just what we do. That's just our relationship. You know, then you jump on the phone and, oh girl, he hit me, and if you really want to get out, you will get out without having to drag innocent people in to fight for you. Number 1, be mindful who you connect with. You will not have a long-lasting relationship with YNs or people with mental illnesses, people who don't love the Most High. You won't. And now, you're dragging your family in the middle of this mess. I've been caught in situations too where I feel like I needed to defend my family, but then I had to think about it. I'm like, all right, do you want to spend the rest of your life in prison, possibly lose your life, behind a person that would potentially continue to support this person or love this person. Because a soul tie is a soul tie, no matter what it looks like. And I had to stand down. I had a situation where me and my husband almost got into it with my ex-friend and her baby daddy at the time, trying to save her. Almost got in a whole shootout. And guess what she did? That very same night, after we went and got her out of the apartment, she went right back to this dude. Went right back. Had another baby by him and everything. The only thing that stopped the relationship is when he went to prison for many, many, many years. I could have lost my life. My husband could have lost his life. All because we wanted to say, you get yourself into something, you get yourself out. They gone. They gone. I even had to tell my son, stand down. Because there was a situation happened with my daughter. I'm like, she got herself in it. She got to get herself out by any means necessary. And I hate to say it like that, but these people think it's a game. They think it's a game. It's not a game. You don't know who you connecting with. And then you drag your innocent family, your children. Then you go have children by people like this. And expect they're gonna go away. They don't go away. They don't. This is something that many people don't understand.
I almost paused and interjected as she was talking, but she was cooking on so many cylinders. Listen. Wow. So many different directions I can take this topic. All right. And I'm going to try to touch everything. I'm going to try to touch on everything that I can think of in this moment. First and foremost, for those of you women that are watching this episode, don't be so desperate to have a companion. Do not be so desperate to have a companion. Actually, same thing applies for you gentlemen watching this episode. Don't be so desperate to have a companion. And within your desperation, try to have the wherewithal to vet those that you're talking to. Get to know them. All right. Now, understand, even when you do your very best, that person could be lying to you. Because some of the questions you should be having during your Netflix and chill, during your outings, is tell me what your past partners were like. Oh, why you want to know that? Because I want to know. This is how I get to know you, the type of people that you were dating. What were their occupations? Where do they live? Now, again, you can do your very best and a lot of factors could change. Their partner may have lived in one area, but now their partner lives close by them and maybe they don't know that. But this is why you need to learn about their partner. For example, I'm a New Yorker. If you're talking to a girl, for women, if you're watching this, you're talking to a guy and you're telling your new partner about an old partner, maybe the partner lived in a different borough from you, right? Or maybe as a New Yorker, maybe your partner lived in Connecticut or Jersey, across the Hudson, right? Across the river, I should say, right? Your new partner still needs to know those things because they need to be aware of how close in proximity an ex is. And again, these things could change unbeknownst to you. That these things could change with how close they live to you. These things could change. But it's very important for those of you watching this to disclose everything about your previous partner, characteristics, what they were like. And even then you may not get it right because people could switch based on the fact that you're no longer with them. A person that you separated from, you might not have had an incident that stood out as a red flag. But for you, try to really think about the conversations and things that that person said. Sometimes those persons give you signs. Sometimes they say things like, I can't live without you. And they just need to tell you that one time and keep a mental note of that. Use your phone, keep it in the notes when they say something that you feel like is a little bit awkward or off kill. And it's for your own safety, your own protection. All right. As far as what she said with telling her son not to get involved in her daughter's matters, that's a tough decision, but she's a very wise woman. Because at the end of the day, a lot of these young adults, especially when they're your children, living in your home or whether they're not living in your home, they think they have it all figured out, as if we as older men and women have never been there, done that, right? Or as if we don't have any value to teach them. But let me tell you something right now, all right? Aside from me promoting my music and stuff like that coming up, God willing, I'll be turning 47. And I'm not ashamed to say my age because I know it's a blessing. It's definitely a blessing. I've been protected this many years. And I know too many friends that didn't make it to this age. Not for necessarily what these two brothers are no longer here for. But that the point is that I have wisdom. All right. I'm not just saying things just to say it. All right. And what I'm about to say is, listen, the days of fighting is over. All right. The days of fighting is over. If you're not paying attention to the news because you're preoccupied with fashion, you're preoccupied with the NBA playoffs, you're preoccupied with the NFL draft that just passed, you're preoccupied with politics, who's Republican, who's Democrats, you're too preoccupied with getting more overtime at work, you're too preoccupied with your girlfriend and how good she looks and the trips you want to take. Start paying attention every so often to these things that come through your thread. All right. Because I wasn't looking for anything dark in nature. I wasn't looking for anything that was depressing to hear. All right. I don't enjoy making episodes like this, but I absolutely will make episodes like this because it's about awareness. It's about the reality of the life that the world that we live in. All right. It's a reality. These are two brothers, Gianni and Jaheim, that are no longer here. May they rest in peace. And I can't blame the sister fully because what family member wouldn't call on to another family member for help? She's not thinking that it would go all the way there. Come on. To blame her as if, and I'm not saying anyone's blaming her, but to blame her as if she knew that this would be the outcome. I'm pretty sure if she knew, she would not have called them at all. But that's besides the point. Going back to what I just said, no one's fighting anymore. I don't care how nice your hands are because you used to take boxing, you were in Golden Gloves, or you've been X amount of years at a UFC gym. Nobody's fighting anymore. And God bless you if you fight somebody and it's just a fist fight and you walk away with bumps and bruises. If that's ever the case, I urge you to stop that individual and say, listen, thank you for not taking it beyond this. Dinner's on me. All right? That's if you lost the fight. And even if you won the fight, say, listen, brother, I'm glad we were able to handle it like gentlemen. Dinner's on me. And I'm not being funny by saying that. I'm saying that because the reality is most of the time, it's not a fist fight. Again, I don't care how nice your hands are. Understand these stories are becoming way too common. There was a video beside this that I didn't even post because it was a situation where it was a road rage incident. That's a whole nother category of violence, road rage. We're not even talking about domestic right now. We're talking about road rage, right? A gentleman has a firearm, walks up to another car in rage, knocks on the glass. That person rolls their window down and shoots that person. That's a road rage incident. Why am I bringing that up? No one is fighting anymore. And I don't care about the very few fights that happens ever so often. You might jump out the window and say, "Hey, I just had a fight last week. No one got shot." Well, congratulations. Don't place your bet on the fact that that's going to happen all the time. Don't put all your chips on the fact that it's always going to be a fist fight in all your encounters. I watched my lunch break at work. I've been watching some stuff on TikTok. There's actually a guy out there who goes under a handle something bully. He's literally pranking people, disrespecting guys when they're with their women. And then when the guys try to defend their woman, he's going into a little satchel bag and taking out a firearm. Now, whether or not it's real or not, I'm not here to say whether it's real or not. Whether or not it's scripted, I'm not even here to say if it's scripted or not. I don't know. But even to make content like that just goes to show you where the world is at. How is that amusing? How is it amusing to gain followers because you're disrespecting people in a skit? You're disrespecting men when they're out with their women. You're disrespecting them, and then when they try to defend their lady, you're pulling out a firearm. So whether it's real or it's fake, it's just a matter of firearms is too common. What is the solution? I don't know what the solution is. This world is going to shit, all right? And it's not because I said so, and it's not because that's where I want it to go. The world has gone to shit, and it's going to continue to get worse. It's dangerous out there. Point blank, period. If you don't think it's dangerous and you're saying, oh, it's not dangerous in my neighborhood, well, congratulations. Stay in your neighborhood. Don't venture off too much or too far away from that safe space. But it's dangerous. Now, as far as relationships are concerned, women, don't be so desperate. Men, don't be so desperate to just date anybody. You have to know about their past. I don't care how fat the girl's ass is, how big her breast is. Women, I don't care how, how the man is, down there. I don't care about his physique. I don't care how tall he is. You gotta know about the guy's past. And by all means, for both men and women, if they show you signs of any type of behavior where they themselves exhibit that type of behavior, because it takes a certain type of individual to date a guy like this. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know nothing about this guy who did this to the two brothers, but someone who, and I'm not saying it can't happen, but he seems like the candidate or the type of individual that wasn't working a 9 to 5. See, 9 to 5 guys, and again, we're 9 to 5 guys are not innocent. I'm not saying 9 to 5 guys are innocent, but if you're working a job, you have bills to pay, you have obligations, you have responsibilities, you don't have time for stuff like this. He seems like the type of person who he most likely depended on their sister, and I'm just assuming, right? But he most likely depended on their sister, and when she had enough of it, he depended on his sister, but at the same time, he wants to be the man of the sister, so he wants to control her, put hands on her, right? And so when the sister now calls her brothers, he decides to take them out. He's not even thinking about the repercussions of that. And then he stood around, I guess, to say to the police officers that I'm the one who did it. So he just threw his whole life away for what? Women, vet the people that you're with. And from the time a guy puts hands on you, you have to find a way out. I don't know what that way out is, because situations like this is a case-by-case scenario. There's no blanket suggestion I can give you as far as how to handle stuff like this. But like this woman said, Lioness of Yah 777, you found yourself in it, find yourself out of it. And don't include your family members. Don't include your male colleagues. Don't include your male bestie. So on and so forth. Because this could have very well been a father, it could have been an uncle, could have been a cousin. But unfortunately, it was two brothers. Be safe out there, people. Listen, that's all I have to say about this. What's your thoughts on this? As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Don't forget, I drop episodes daily at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And as always, stay honorable.